These bandanas make it hurt.
What's up, amazing people? My name is Anne Rugi and I am proudly Kenyan. You are listening to For Better 254, a space for young Kenyans to learn and learn with the name of bringing forward a better Kenya for us and for generations to come. That's what we're. Welcome to another episode. I hope you're well. I hope you're drinking your water, you're catching the sun whenever it comes up, and you're eating your fruits and vegetables and, just doing life properly. I don't know why properly sounds like that, but I hope you're doing life well. On today's episode, I will be talking about protest and activism. I'm a bit low, but I'm okay. So in case it's low, just know that's what's going on my end. But I am drinking my water and minding my business and eating my fruits, so we're good. On today's episode, there has been the ongoing mandamanos across the country. In case you're not in the loop, mandamanos translates to protest, and there's a lot that can be said regarding them. From where I am standing, I'm actually seated. So from where I am seated, some of it is positive and some of it can be considered negative. I will start with the fact that I think it's so brave and daring for the people who have joined this protest. Yes, we can argue all sorts of things. They're just cowering to a leader. They don't know what they are doing. They can work harder. That could all be true. But remember, each day, these people choose violence and go out there to make a statement on the current issues in our country. Honestly, I think that is brave. On the other side, businesses have been destroyed, projects have been destroyed, including some of those by the governments, and places across the country were inaccessible for some while, which made a lot of people quite angry. And I remember I saw on TikTok this babe that was really mad and disappointed that she's going to miss her graduation because of the protests. And I remember thinking, wow, this is actually quite intense. But also at the same time, I couldn't avoid thinking, this is also quite a privilege to have. And that is why I'm on this episode today. Yes, I do feel the pain of the people who have lost their properties and the money, because it's not easy. It's something you've been working on for as long as you know, and now it's all gone. But also at the same time, these protests do show the economical class difference in our country and how at times we choose to move on and just ignore it. And with time, quote unquote, with also advancement, the role of protest and activism, to me, seems to be fading away, unless it's another trend that is made on social media. In Kenya, the call to protest seems to be more of a low-class people affair, and barely will you ever see someone who's not from the informal settlements in this protest, for instance, or anyone of higher stature in the protest. For me, it feels like we have demeaned the power that was held by protests and riots over time. It's probably true, though, that the people who are from these informal settlements don't have much to lose, but I think you who may be considering yourself of a higher status, why don't you contribute to this fight? Because this fight also do affect you. That is why you're so concerned that your business has been looted, because if things were running right in the country, first of all, your business would be insured. First of all, there wouldn't be the protest in the first place. So why are you not contributing to this fight? When I think about activists in Kenya literally risk their lives standing up for what is right, seeking a better world, and not only for themselves, but also for you. And I know some of them we can say are crooked, but also a majority of them are about seeing our lives improved. So why don't we support them? Why do we let those speaking up to ensure our well-being go to prison? Why are we so bitter and mean when a few dare to show us the conditions we exist in and lead the way to seek a better place for us? I remember during this same mandamanos, I did see some comments that were made about this guy that was very vocal about how we're still under the chain of colonialism up to today. And people in the comments were really mean. They were mean to the movements like the Mau Mau, but also mean to this guy who was speaking, to be honest, the truth that we all don't want to admit or face or see or talk about. And I remember thinking, these comments are really not very good comments. But for me, I'm asking, How about we merge forces and make this protest civilized, if that's what we want? Because you're feeling the pain of the governance, like I've mentioned. Why not use your privilege of education and respect from the police to strengthen the protest, to direct the protest to be fruitful rather than destructive? Because I think it's important to recognize the power that is held by a protest or by activism. Some of the rights we enjoy today and some of the freedoms we have today, it is because of a protest. For instance, the civil rights protest is some of the reason why most of the black people today are considered human beings. Yeah, that doesn't sound very civil, but that's it. That is true. The Mau were activists who led us to freedom and to independence today. It is the protest that was the Saba Saba protest that ended 24-year presidency rule. And recently, the George Floyd scenario in America, it is what has pushed the recognition that most of us are enjoying right now across different social media platforms. It all went in the protests and in the activism. So why don't we join these demonstrations without thinking of them as low or less than? Assembling and demonstrating are a constitutional right in Kenya and ideally can transform social conditions. And it's wrong when politicians make people who go demonstrate seem like dangerous people of the society. That is why it's justifiable to imprison activists. That is why when civil servants demonstrate on unfair treatment, nothing much is done. Because we are accepting the standards that are kept by political leaders, that people who protest, demonstrate, people who want to seek a better social condition are disobedient and are a nuisance to the society. Yet their quest is something we all feel. And like one of the people who is amazing in this world is Malcolm X. And Malcolm X said, whenever you hear a man say he wants freedom, but in the next breath is going to tell you what he won't do to get it, he doesn't believe in freedom. A man who believes in freedom will do anything under the sun to acquire or preserve his freedom. My guys, look at me. You looking? How bad do you want your freedom? Until next time, peace and blessings. Cheers.